that this guy is saying where the Batwa came from in this world. So he was saying that there was a man called Chihanga. It's like a man called Jihoni, and that man had 3 sons. So those 3 sons, they all had names. There was Katusi, Kautu, and Nyakatwa. They were 3 sons. Those were the names.
Mwana beye agenda yabakamira amate Kongo ya Izusa yayikwasha Kahutu, yakame Kongo ya Izusa yayikwasha Katusi, yakame Kongo ya Izusa yayikwasha Nyakatwa yatayaza kubyama.
So what the man did, the man was old, and he wanted to test his sons and know who's clever among his sons. And as he was old, he was rich. He had everything, the forest, the cows, the cars, everything that guy has. And then what he did, as he was almost leaving the world, he tried to test his sons and know who's clever, and unless when he dies, he's the one who can still looking after his good properties. So what he did, he got 3 gourds of milk, 3 pots of milk, and give each son as they were 3. So after giving each son 3 pots of milk, he never tell them, please, this milk you can drink it or you can keep it. He just simply give it to them and went to sleep.
Kohale kale kale gwashesha yayimukaliza bana banje mumpereze je nabaheye Kautu yalete Nkongoro nebatata nyoje wampembe uko abi ko nabenjami nagatomezo kugurwa ushamunuka leba necicweka ishiya yakira yabika Katusi yalete Nkongoro nebatata eje wampembe uko wanabimpeye naniko binali ishiya yakira yabika Nyakatwa alete Nkongoro ayiturikira ariko mumanyisha ngo nyowe tata ko nabe naganda nanyona amaramu mwene Nkongoro yawe mobusha ishiya yakira yabika.
From there, as the father went to sleep, tomorrow in the morning, he came with the idea of calling each son. So he called all the sons, and then they came together. And then the father started asking them, please, I remember yesterday each of you giving ye a gourd of milk, a full pot of milk, and I would love to see it. So I'm going to start with one by one until I finish you all. So it's when he started with the first son, who was called Katusi. For Katusi, he never used the milk anyhow. He just lived the way how the father gave him the milk. And then when the father asked him, where do you put the milk? The son went back and picked the full pot of milk, had to give it to the father again. So the father called the second son. Remember, there were 3. And the second son was called the Kautu. And then for Kautu, he came when a full pot of milk, it's a half. And then the father asked him, please, where do you put the rest of the milk? I can see the cup is a half. Why? And then he explained it to his father that Daddy, the reason why you are seeing my cup is a half, I enjoyed a bit of fire last night. I had to drink a half. So this is a half for you remaining. So he had to give it to the father. And then the father called the last son, who was called Nyakatwa. Because the name Nyakatwa, you can hear it, it's going direct to Batwa, Nyakatwa. So for Nyakatwa, he came when the cup, it's empty. The father asked him, please, where do you put all my milk? Yesterday I gave you my milk when my cup was full and I can see it, it is half. So he explained to his father that the reason why you are seeing my cup is empty, last night I enjoyed much fire, and then when I got thirsty, I had to consume all the milk. I had to finish all the milk. So this is your empty cup here. So he's continuing with the story.
Mano bana wanje ndikole uko mwankoleye. Buri mwana ngiye kumuhereza umugabane ukujya mubesha. Kulinda haja abwira mu nshomo. Weho Katusi uko wankoleye iwe nakohereza obutunji. Nakuhente, nakuhefamu ugendo uzirishe, uzireberere, ujyaje harezo kulinda hoja abwira mu nshomo. Rero nawe kabutundi kureba uko wankoleye. Weho nakohereza ubuhinje. Nakuha amahamba, nakuha amafuka, nakuha imipanga, nakuha embibo. Ugendoze ukozesha imikono yawe. Ujye harebyo kulinda ho jyarugira mu nshomo. Rero nawo Nyakatwa ndikore uko wankoreye tano kunaguri. weho nakuhereza erihamba riri mu nshomo ugenda uzemu wenda kushanga mejo kujya ryo taruhiye haraba harimo inyama harimo buki harimo ibihama nawe ujye harebye kurinda ko ryarugira mu nshomo.
So from there, it's when the father came and he told the sons, you guys, the reason why I gave you those 3 pots of milk, each of you, I was trying to know who's clever among you, who can remain looking after my properties. So it's when he started with the first one, the Katusi, the one who never used milk, and tell him, you Katusi, it's a person who can manage to control all my properties. Please, all of these good properties, it's you to look after them. And then he called the second one, the one who used the half, and tell him, for you Kautu, because of using a half pot of milk, I know you cannot manage to control all these things. You can either sell some or you misuse some properties. So what to give you, you know I have my land there. There are some materials here to use if you want what to eat. There was some machetes, some pangas, some hoes to clear the land, and also some crops. So the father had to give him those things. Whenever that guy wants to eat, he first cultivates the land, he clears the land, he puts some crops, and then when the crops gets ready, he gets what to eat. That's the one who used a half. And then the one who finished all the milk, the Nyakatwa, who's this person. For him, he tell him, you guy, I know when I give you my gold properties, you're gonna eat them all, you're gonna sell them all and eat, and you finish them. So what to give you, you know I have my big forest there. So that big forest, it's where I'm going to send you, and whenever you want what to eat, you go to that forest. There are animals, the bush pigs, the dicks, the antelopes, the buffaloes. Whenever you want what to eat, you are to get it from that forest. So as soon as the father sent him into the forest, because of finishing all the pot of milk, he's the one who reached into the forest, and then he got some married with some other guys, and then they produced some pygmies from the forest. So that is the real history where the pygmies came from, and that's why you see when you come around, people when they want what to eat, the Bahutu, the one who used the half, they first clear the land, they use the other machetes, the pangas, and they put some crops. So when the crops gets ready, they get what to eat. And then when you see the Batusi, many the Batusi, we consider them as the rich people here, because when you go to Rwanda, when you go to some parts of Uganda, you see some Batusi which are rich because of not using father's milk, not misusing the milk. So that is the real history where these people came from.